Hello everybody, it's Kyrie from BodyCandy. Hope we've all had a great weekend. On today's episode of The Tea, we'll be talking about anatomically dependent piercings. So you can't always get the exact piercing that you want, but 9 times out of 10 it's because you don't have the right anatomy for it. We'll start off with industrial piercings. A standard industrial piercing is basically 2 helix piercings connected by a single barbell. It does sound like a pretty easy piercing to get, but it does have some requirements to make sure it actually works. There needs to be a deep enough fold at the helix in which supports the barbell, and the flat of the ear needs to be low enough so that the barbell doesn't touch it. The barbell that is touching the flat of your ear will inevitably dig in and rub against it, causing you a lot more issues, especially when you're sleeping on it. Alternative to suggest here is to consider a vertical industrial or a floating industrial instead. Next up, we've got the navel piercing, otherwise known as belly button piercing. Standard navel really requires a large lip at the top, and like any piercing, needs enough tissue to be able to support this. The bottom of the jewelry should sit in the cup of the belly button. The top should be on the top lip of the belly button. The jewelry should never go through the navel itself. On a properly done belly piercing, you should only be able to see the top and bottom ends of your jewelry. You should not be able to see the barbell itself. An alternative for this one, talk to your piercer about getting the bottom of your belly button pierced or a floating navel instead. Next up, we've got the eyebrow piercings. The eyebrow piercing requires a thick pad of tissue where you're wanting it pierced. If your piercing is sitting in an area with minimal tissue, that is just a recipe for rejection. Alternatives here, vertical eyebrow piercings, which I genuinely prefer. Talk to your piercer, ask whether a horizontal eyebrow piercing would work. You may want to try the anti-eyebrow piercing, which is done more towards the cheekbone, uses a surface bar rather than the curved eyebrow. That is all for me today on The Tea. I will see you next time. Thank you.